Hello everybody, last day of the year. Figured it's a good time to take a look through my backpack. We're just gonna go through it casually, so you guys get to see it how I see it. Kind of a tradition that we do these around New Year, or just before the New Year. And last year I think we only went over unusuals, but this year might as well show it how I see it. Like, you guys get to see the backpack, like if I look through my backpack on my own. And I'll go through it with you and highlight some items, mostly the unusuals, but also some items here and there. And also wanted to point out, I did make that loadouts video some weeks ago here. Didn't get as many views as I'd hoped. Bit sad about that, especially because I spent like 5 hours. I spent way too much time. I kept like literally building it up from the ground, like where I'm like, nope, not satisfied with this, gonna redo the whole thing. And I kept doing that so much, and wanted it to be perfect, wanted it to be smooth, wanted it to be like a piece of art with music in the background, like the other ones that I've done of these. I mean, yes, sure, the first few ones that I did wasn't that good, but my first video was recorded with a mobile phone. I don't even think it's available on my channel anymore, where I showed off my loadouts, added some music to it. It was pretty nice, for a first video, I guess. Come a long way since then, and I feel like this is masterpiece of one of the videos I've done. At least put in a lot of effort and whatnot. So if you're interested in my loadouts, would highly recommend that. There'll be a link to it in the description below. Other than that, let's go to my backpack. So on the first page, looks pretty reasonable. That's like my mercenary badge here of when I joined. We have like a level 20 doc journal here. We have one of the first gibbouses here. I also have my achievement gibbous there. But, tradable gibbous. We have vintage Pyro vision there. We've got like a lot of other random items, and then I guess this. On this page we've got some more important promo items that I have here at the top, or limited. Then this was my first strange. I used it on literally every class, just where I was like, yeah, now I have strange tracking on all my classes, but I've moved away from that and moved to like personal trackers. We've got my spellbook here, which is killstreak active. Also deadly daffodil sheen. The pages are in between, if you notice that. It looks a bit odd, but I'm not sure exactly, but I know that some things actually works with the kill streak when you kill somebody with a spell, so that's kind of interesting. We've got my canteen here. Got my taunts. Yes, at this stage, yes, I do have every single taunt available in unusual quality. Don't need to ask about that. I'll probably do a video where I go a bit more in depth, probably show off every single taunt quickly, and that's gonna be in the new year someday that I'm gonna do that. But for now, let's just quickly take a look over them. We've got Ghastly Ghosts here, we've got Spooky Night here. Actually, the Sumik Broom with Spooky Night is probably the best taunt effect combo you can get for taunts. Just gonna say that, my opinion. I know a lot of other people also have this opinion, but probably one of my favorite taunts here. And we've got Spectral Swirl here. Then we've got my old broom here, where I'm actually not gonna sell it because I don't have a reason to. I'm a collector, so I can just leave it. It's kind of a perk of being a collector. I don't really care that it's just nothing that I'm using. If I don't feel like selling it, I'm not selling it, basically. Then we've got my Conga here, which Conga was one of the first taunts that I just had to add, that and Rancho Relaxo for Engineer. And I got it with Mega Strikes, but Infernal Flames is actually my favorite looking taunt effect. It just doesn't look that good on some taunts like the Zooming Broom, or I actually like Spectral Swirl on the like this cart taunt here, like the bumper car here. But Infernal Flames is just the effect that I like the look of the most, so I figured, why not put it on the taunt that I wanted the most first, which is the Conga, way back. So that's why I decided on Infernal Flames for this instead of something else, or keeping my Mega Strikes. I just had to add it with Infernal Flames. And we've got Skill Gun Gains here. Just quickly gonna throw that out here. Skill Gun Gains is probably one of the most reoccurring effects on my taunts, because I really like it. I don't know, I like, throwing around money, I guess. I mean, my whole backpack is basically me throwing around money, isn't it? So Skill Gun Gains gonna be on a lot of taunts where I'm like, I don't really know what to put on this, or hey, Skill Gun Gains actually look good on this taunt. So of course Skill Gun Gains here makes sense with gambling, kinda. And we've got Skill Gun Gains here, Infernal Flames here. Hellish Inferno here. This is actually an unusual file that I unboxed myself that I applied. I was like, you know what, Hellish Inferno, I might as well keep that. Else I'd probably have gone with Infernal Flames or something. Hellish Inferno here, literally bought this just because it's like, you kind of have the double unusual effect and it kind of fits to where the taunt comes from. I think it's like some Demon Hell game, something like that. I can't remember the name, but I do remember seeing some people play it way back when I was probably younger. Played on, was it PlayStation, Xbox, something like that, one of those consoles. Might have even been the computer. I'm not actually sure. Didn't look into the game. I just know that I've watched some people play that game, so yeah, that's why. Then we've got Infernal Flames here, Infernal Flames here, Infernal Flames here, and I guess all of these three were just, hey, I almost have all class taunts in unusual, so I might as well pick them up. And then, you know, Infernal Flames, favorite looking effect, might as well. We've got this where, honestly, Spooky Night, if I had to change the effect, would probably be Spooky Night, but I can't really be bothered. Hellish Inferno is pretty damn good, okay, and, you know, it is a strange one, so I would have to get a strange one with Spooky Night, which is pretty much a hassle to get. Then we've got this where, yeah, Spooky Night, pretty damn nice, Were Yeti. I also do have my Mega Strikes one, but I haven't really moved it back in my backpack yet, so it's like on page 10 or something. Figured this, actually I haven't even done a video with this, but it looks pretty damn nice for the Yeti Taunt, and figured that this is a no-brainer. I gotta get myself one of these. And we've got the punch here, where it's like Mega Strikes. Had a hard time figuring out what effects to get, that's why both my, you know, other Yeti Taunt and then this had Mega Strikes, because I figured it's kind of like, you know, the Yeti slamming down on the ground would be nice if a lightning like hit the ground as well. And then the other one, it's like you punch so hard that lightning spawn. I don't know. I figured that was the closest thing I could do there, and I didn't figure skill gun gains would look good on either of them. Then we've got Spectral Swirl here, which honestly, out of all the effects that are available for taunts, you know what, if I could reapply it now, I probably would still prefer the Spectral Swirl, because I could end up with something like Cyclone, or if it had been during the Halloween event, that I would have had Spooky Night. But it's like, honestly, I'm okay with having a purple effect on this, especially because you can't really combine other director's vision, and I mean, there are tradable ones, I recall, but they're expensive, and it would just be basically too much of a hassle to actually get a director's vision with the effect that I want on. So I'm pretty happy that it's an effect that I don't, you know, horribly dislike. Then we've got my Dragonslayer Warpaint here, just, you know, collectible reasons. Honestly, I like it way more as a Warpaint. I also think I do have one that's applied to the Pyro weapon, like the I don't even know if you can call it new anymore, but that like flamethrower that shoots fireballs. Dragon's Fury. Forgot the name for a moment there, but Dragon's Fury, yeah. And then we've got my frying pan here, we've got Necro Smasher here, we've got basically just random weapons, and then this with my pistol on. I actually had a friend make this for me, so that's pretty damn nice. Because I don't know how to make the pictures, you know, like this basically. We've got my rocket launcher, my airstrike, my black box. Of course, all of these are with cool, because that's the effect I use on Soldier with the frostbite on this hat. So it looks pretty damn nice. And then of course my polar pullover, which you might have seen in loadouts video. Got my coat here. Got a skill gun gains. Ghastly Ghost, because here I was like, yeah, you know what, Ghastly Ghost would actually look amazing on this taunt, so I went out of my way to get that. And we've got skill gun gains here. And then, you know, when you have as many unusuals as me, you kind of have to have a team captain with smoking, because smoking is my favorite effect, so kind of the hat that I need to have there. And I don't think there's any reason to look over the rest of my soldier items. I mean, I have a normal team captain here for if I go undercover loadout. I think I did a video showing off my undercover loadouts. I actually need a new one for heavy now with the changes, now that I'm recalling that. So I have to look into that at some point. We've got my nade launcher here. We've got my loose cannon here. We've got my iron bomber. Got my lock and load. Sticky bomb launcher. Got my Scotsman skull cutter. And of course, all of these are with isotope to fit with this effect, you know, green energy on this hat, and also using my polar pullover for smoking on demo. Then we've got my Forces, Hitman, Head Ticker, whatever, long name. Strange, of course. Gotta have as many unusual strange weapons as possible. And yes, this does count as an unusual because it's marked as an unusual quality, even though it doesn't have a particle effect. We've got my Dark Age Defender here, which honestly, I'd love another cosmetic because this doesn't change that much on the Demoman. But then when I look on the available ones, nothing really strikes my interests. Then we've got a Scotsman stagger here where Spooky Night obviously looks amazing on it, just because, you know, it's night time, you're drunk, you're walking out, you're trying to get home. You actually get more drunk because it's cold and it's, you know, it's night outside. Figured that was perfect there. Skill gun gains here, skill gun gains here, skill gun gains here. And then I think, I don't really know if there's any reason to go over the rest of my Demoman stuff. Maybe the Ulapula cave, I don't know. There's also this, it's because they're from these, you know, special cases, or they're not that special, I guess, but they were like these grade, what, 30, 40, 50, something like that. And then I think we just go here. That's my scattergun. Force, wait, not Force of Nature, Shortstop. My soda popper. I'm actually so confused why they did the soda popper but not the Force of Nature. It's like, why not just the Force of Nature? Why the soda popper? That's something I never really understood with this, but that's my soda popper. And we've got my Holy Mackerel here. And we've got Reorbiting Fire, which that is probably some, you know, one of my favorite effects. Not my favorite because that's smoking. Then I think it's Ancient Eldritch, and then Reorbiting Fire. And then probably Burning Flames, even though I have a deep hate for Burning Flames, just because I really hate Burning Flames because it's so overrated. Everybody uses it. It's like, so it's like level up kind of thing where, oh, the highest level is Burning Flames. I don't like that kind of system. I'm just go for the effects you like kind of person. And then we've got for smoking here, which, as stated several times now, I don't think I need to say it any more than this, but favorite effect for hats at least. Favorite effect for weapons is hot, if anybody's wondering. So that's why I have most of my unusual weapons in hot, you know, effect. And we've got my jacket here. Then we've got, and this is very deliberately with skill gun gains because it gotta go with my money fish, and you kinda, you know, juggle the fish around. Let me just quickly show that here. Where are we? There we are. Yeah. So I figured that's perfect with skill gun gains. Now where were we? Gotta find the page again. That's a bit clunky. Skill gun gains, skill gun gains, skill gun gains. This is actually the one that I haven't shown yet, where, yeah, that was the final piece I needed to complete all taunts in unusual quality that you can get in unusual quality, because you can't get the, what is it, like boiling point or whatever for heavy. You can't get that in unusual yet, at least. And we have the touchdown here, skill gun gains as well. Skill gun gains, skill gun gains, you know the drill, skill gun gains basically. Not sure if that's actually one of the few Australian weapons that I still have, because most of them I've just replaced with unusual weapons, but considering there isn't a Force of Nature and unusual, we've got this here. Okay, now we're getting to the heavy items here. We've got my minigun, we've got my Tomislav, we got that's like the new heavy hat, then we've got my Luchador here, smoking. We've got the new heavy jacket. Haven't got too many stats on that yet because I haven't played much heavy. Skill gun gains, skill gun gains, skill gun gains. And then Table Tantrum, Boiling Point. I think that's the genuine version, but you can't get unusual quality taunt for those as far as I'm aware. We've got my Dragonborn helm here. And I think we just jump on to the medic. We've got my crossbow, my medigun, my Ubersaw. We've got my hat for the medic here. We've got, you know, the beak. We've got jacket here. We've got actually Hellish Inferno because I figured with the light and everything, it would kind of be funny and fitting to the medic that, you know, he appears very holy in a sense, but then he's actually kind of a devil kind of thing. Even in the comic, he's like making deals with the devil and shit. You know, basically figured this is very themed around the medic. That's my point that I'm trying to make. and we've got skill gun gains here, and then we actually have mega strikes for results in, because I figured, you know, it's like X-ray, so get hit by lightning, then usually in, I guess, comics or, you know, television stuff, you know, cartoon, you can kind of see the bones and stuff, so I figured that would be kind of fitting for this. We've got another Australium here. I think we just jump onto the sniper. Got my sniper rifle, my SMG, my Sansa, and we've got, you know, the new kind of hat. This is the old one, where I would combine with, you know, my polar pullover and of course my band here to get the triple effect. But right now I'm more where I'm like, you know what, I kind of feel like I want to be able to switch back and forth with them, but the one that I like more is having like a body cosmetic on, because that makes the characters look a bit more unique, a bit more different than everybody else. So honestly, I'm really a big fan of body cosmetics that look good, in my opinion. And we got skill gun gains. Actually Spooky Night here, because figured with a, you know, saxophone it would look pretty damn nice for Spooky Night, and it does. Just if anybody's wondering, it does look pretty damn nice. And we've got skill gun gains again. We've got my upper hand here. We've got this because I have this, and then actually I've got this as well, which, you know, basically the same weapon, different skins, but considering that they technically are marked as different weapons, I have both of them. And then we've got my Huntsman here. Yeah, that's also okay to show. Maybe this, but I didn't really show the scout variation that I have somewhere. Where is it? There. Also kind of a bit of a more rare item, I guess you could call it that. Now where were we? Pyro, okay. A flamethrower. My degreaser, was gonna say flamethrower again. Shotgun. Scorch shot. The reason why this is here is actually because I do have the war paints available to make it, but I'm still waiting for the next changes to the war paint system to figure out if I should use it or if I should save it for, hey, maybe they do a gunslinger, maybe they do a widowmaker, maybe they do you know, frontier justice, and I would need those, and then I could get them right away because I have saved up war paints. Here's my power jack. Here's my weight wrap, reorbiting fire, my Pyromancer's skull, or whatever you want to call it. I think that's actually the name. I've been talking for so much now that I'm losing track of everything. This is my body cosmetic, or would you call it a suit, pyro suit? I don't know. And here's actually a bit of a thing, because you might have expected, oh, all of these are gonna be with skill gun gains. No, we've got Screaming Tiger, we've got Hellish Inferno, we've got Hellish Inferno. This was actually quite a problem to get. And we've got Screaming Tiger again and Screaming Tiger, because these just looks way better on Pyro, where it's like, you know, you actually have an effect that directly goes well with Pyro, so I don't really need skill gun gains there. Yeah, we've of course got this Dragon Slayer, told you about that a bit earlier, and then Australium here, not sure if there's anything else to show. We've got my revolver, my knife. Sadly, there actually isn't really any other unusual weapons you can get for Spire than a revolver and a knife right now. Valve haven't added any. I assume it's because there's so many bugs with the visuals on Spire unusual weapons that they haven't bothered expanding them, but I don't know. Got my Dash and Assassin. We've got the Party Phantom with smoking. I also have an reorbiting fire version in case I get another hat eventually, where I'm like, you know what, it looks pretty damn good. Probably not as good as the Dash and Assassin, but I can do with it. And then I can do that. Other than that, I have where I can, you know, use my Nano Balaclava here with Burning Flames and then combine it with smoking here. But I do have this just in case. You know what, might even end up with the Burning Flames, the Party Phantom, just to, you know, triple it out someday. But then I would probably need a nice looking hat with smoking that haven't come out yet or haven't been unboxed yet. I think that's where I'm at with this, where I'd probably be looking into getting a Burning Flames, the Party Phantom, if a nice hat with, you know, smoking came out, and then I don't know, would be able to really mix and match my spy loadout nicely. Also, an important thing that I didn't mention here, smoking the Party Phantom, back when I was new at the game and was like trading up and trading here and there, one of my dream items, even though I was an engineer main fully back then, wasn't good at spy at all. But that was a smoking Lepardi Phantom. Was always something I wanted to have. The first unusual I was like, this is the unusual I want. I don't actually want any other unusual, I just wanted smoking Lepardi Phantom because that actually very appealing to me for some reason. Feels pretty damn good to have it, honestly. Gotta say that. We've got a watch here, we've got my Saber. We've got skill gun gains, and this is actually because it looks amazing here. Then I actually have 3 box trots because the newest edition is Spooky Night, because Spooky Night looks amazing, and I figured it would also look amazing with box trot, maybe conceal a bit, even though you actually kind of give away that you are a player with unusual effects on them. And we've got, again, expensive taste, figured with the luxury lounge, skill gun gains would look pretty damn good. And we've got 72s here because, again, looks pretty damn good. And then priceless disguise, I figured it would be a bit funny with skill gun gains and that. So I got that. And then we've got the original that I had, which was actually such a bitch to get. I went through so many unusual fires to try and get this. And when I finally get it, it's like, oh yeah, Halloween is over now. Now you can get a skill gun gains one. So I got that. And then it's like this year, oh yeah, Spooky Night, getting that. Really can't make up my mind with these, so I just decided, hey, I'm still gonna keep these, of course. We've got my ambassador here. I actually had some good stats in this, but I had critical kills instead of headshot kills. So I reset the stats, and now the ambassador is basically useless, so I kind of regret resetting the stat. I think I had like 5,000 kills on it back then. Not sure. You can actually probably go look it up in my backpack history on backpack.tf. Just go back some years or some stuff until you find it with some stats. This is my old server where, you know, I went over to this because it's a bit more exclusive. And we've of course got a Factory New Alien Tech Warpaint here. We've got my Rescue Ranger. We've got my favorite item in the entire game, like in all TF2, favorite item. My wrench, my jack, my engineer hat. Actually it's all class, but I'd only use this for engineer, and then it makes a very nice combination on engineer with these two, mainly because the goggles on the polar pullover isn't shown on the engineer. And then it actually have the least clipping, like this combo have the least clipping on out of like any class. So it looks pretty damn nice in my opinion. And we've got my hoodie here. And Dactic Researcher, but yeah, it's like, I figured, hey, that's actually one of the body cosmetics I'm gonna name, and then Archimo's own hoodie fitted pretty damn nice. And then I added a fun fact, because this have an absurd amount of kills, and that's because I play aggressive engineer, and you would think, oh yeah, it's a sentry kills, but no, sentry kills are actually counted as sentry kills and not kills. So considering that there isn't a sentry kills part, you know, it kinda doesn't add up there. But then you've got sentry kills here where it's like, you can kinda see that that is 24,000, and we have 20,000 here. So you can kinda see that there's probably, you know, 44,000 kills or something. Actually 45,000 is probably what I have combined there. I don't know. But it's actually pretty damn nice that you have the PDA to track global sentry kills, and then you have this to just track your regular kills and assist and stuff. But the funny thing is, assist actually does count sentry kill assists. I figured that's important to note there. Then we've got my Rancho Relaxo here. Actually killstreaked as well. I think my old Conga was killstreaked again, killstreaked as well, but I traded it because it was Mega Strikes, and I had my kind of dream Conga. So I think this is probably the oldest unusual I have in my inventory right now. Like, out of all the unusuals I have currently, this is the one that I've had the longest, I think. Because before that, the first unusual I ever had was a pencil pusher. But I kind of got rid of that when I got the polar pullover, which I got after, you know, the longest time I had the Rancho Relaxo with the skill gun gains, my Mega Strikes Conga, and my smoking pencil pusher. Those were the 3 unusuals I had, and I was satisfied with that. But then Valve had to release unusual weapons, and that completely corrupted me and put me into a frenzy of just collecting, you know, all the unusual weapons I could. And then I was like, you know what, I kinda need taunts and hats now as well to match up with it. And that have brought me to today, basically. We've got this skill gun gains, and actually Hellish Inferno, this is a reference to Diablo, if anybody knows that game. And we've got my other Black Dahlia, because I actually own every single Factory New Black Dahlia with the effect hot right now. Since there's only two, there's my strange one and there's my non-strange one. Never actually gonna use this, but I have it for collectible and sentimental reasons. I have, I'm never gonna give this away, but I originally wanted to get one of these to give away at some point at a high milestone, but I've got so many other items to give away that this is just a sentimental thing for me to keep, so I'm never gonna give it away. That's the conclusion I've landed on now. I mean, stuff could technically change, but as it is right now, never gonna give it away. Then we've got Mining Light, because I actually like the standard hard hat on Engineer, so I have like combo here with smoking and a reorbiting fire. Then we've got my shotgun. Probably should be using this some more, but I'm kinda having some situations where I'm thinking, for example right now, if they aren't gonna make any changes to the warpaint system, but I'm still gonna wait until they make some changes, but I'm considering to use this on a shotgun to have for my Engineer, just a factory new, nice looking, mainly black colored shotgun. Of course, kill covered would be preferred, but some idiot used it on a rocket launcher. I made a video about that where I'm like, you know what, if it had been used on a shotgun, like if I got it, I would never use it. I would be like, yes, this is a collectible piece, but if it had at least been used on a shotgun, I would actually want it, because that would be kind of my dream shotgun for Engineer. I mean, yes, I do have my unusual shotgun for Pyro, but I kinda also want a nice looking, mainly black colored shotgun for my Engineer. But you know what, having a factory new one of these actually isn't too bad, so I'm pretty happy with that. And we've got my Frontier Justice, again one of the few Australians that I have. And we've got my Widowmaker, of course, collectors. I think I only have collectors weapons for Engineer. Nobody else. I also have one of these, but considering that you can't even get this in strange yet, I've just picked it up in case they add a strangifier, honestly. And we've got my Panic Attack, we've got my Giga Counter, we've got my Wrangler here. I think is there a normal Wrangler? Because I might have had one of those, I'm not sure. But then I got the festive one. Got my Gunslinger here. This is actually the first item that I made not tradable, using a killstreak kit, and you can either use an achievement weapon or one of the weapons you get from the Christmas stocking in the whole fabrication, as in you add a normal killstreak to it and then you use it in creating a specialized killstreak kit or something. You just use it or actually you could add a specialized killstreak kit to it and then you use it in the weapon in your professional killstreak kit to make it not tradable. The other weapon that I've done this with is of course my signature pistol, my favorite item. And we've got Festivizer and another Festivizer smoking, reorbiting fire. You actually can't use these together because they count as a head equipment region, but I kinda had it until I had a reorbiting fire mining helm, like this combo, because it took a while to get these. And we've got, a bit like with the team captain, you kinda have to have especially if you're an Engineer main, you kinda have to have a Mario hat, and I figured why not have one with smoking. I am also working on getting eventually a defragmented hard hat, with smoking, that is. But time will tell. And then I think we are at the last stuff here. We've got Alien Tech, you know, as I've said, saving these for when changes are made to the warpaint system. The kind of thing I'm waiting for is if they add more weapons to it, if it's gonna be retroactive where I can just use these on him, or it's only every warpaint from then on, and then I'll know what to do when that happens. And if they never do any changes, I guess I'll just keep it until they eventually do, which they never will, so they'll just stay like this, I guess. I might get impatient if, like, next year, if there haven't been any changes, and then I might use one of them on a reserve shooter. I might use some of them, but I'm probably not gonna use the factory new one. Saving that for a Widowmaker or a Frontier Justice or a Gunslinger. Then we've got my old Mega Strikes here that I was talking about. Actually it was on page 9, not 10. And then here we've got some of the stuff that I still have that I've unboxed, which I guess these are items that I'm not really sure what to do with. This were somebody who didn't claim their raffle, and this is my old Scout Taunt. Then we have my previous like heavy one, and then we have Great Room Warmer, because I can't actually use this anymore because I have the Parka and I wanted to use it on, you know, my undercover heavy loadout kinda, and it actually worked with the combat slacks here. Most likely I'm gonna give these 4 items away at some point, just randomly, so stay tuned for that. Then we've got this one that I unboxed, probably the most recent out of the items on this page. Then we've got this. Wait, actually, this might have been the most recent now that I'm thinking about it. And then this. We've got this with Vivid Plasma. We've got this with Terawatt. We've got this with Nuts and Bolts. We've got this with Energy Orb, which is at this stage actually pretty damn nice that I unboxed this myself. I think I promised to give it away at 10k subs, so that's something to look forward to. Then we've got my... This is also something I unboxed, of course. Like, as I said, all these is something I unboxed. And we've got like a random square dance. Probably gonna give it away, probably gonna sell it, not sure what. This one I've actually made my mind up about, because I got this just before getting an unbox, where I unboxed this myself, I think. This one without the bloodstain on the picture here. I unboxed this myself, but before that I got like kinda taunted with a Conga, which is one of the better unusual fires, but it's still like, damn, an unusual fire when I'm trying to get a strange unusual warpaint or just an unusual warpaint. And then I actually got, well, my dream warpaint. Of course not, maybe not rare, but still got it. So this is kind of like a sentimental thing, and that's why I figured, hey, it would be nice to give away at some point the cheeky unusual fire that debated me, kinda, I don't know what you want to call it, kinda baited me into thinking, oh well, I'm not gonna get anything today, and then right after I got the nice war paint. Page 12, stuff that I unboxed last that is gonna be given away some point soon, probably next unboxing. Then we've got some keys here, we've got some keys here, we've got some boxes here, and then we've got some more keys here, and we've got some metal and keys here, and we've got some weapons, and then some stuff that I'm selling. We've got like a random buildings destroyed part, because I'm probably gonna be using that at some point. Then I've actually saved these in case they allow them to be used on a canteen. As you can see, cannot use it on the canteen, even though the canteen doesn't have any parts on it, because then I would have global tracking on all my classes via the canteen, which would be nice. Just, you know, kill part, assist part, and then building destroyed. And if you're wondering about Cosmetic, no, these doesn't work on the canteen either, as you can see. And we've got Pro KS kits, like loads of them for various reasons, mostly meant for unusual weapons that I'm yet to get. I think the ones that I need here are Brass Beast one and Iron Bomber, which I already have the Iron Bomber. I just don't have the Killstreak kit for it yet. But loads of Killstreak kits here that I also have for if I eventually get a golden frying pan, because if I at one point sell some of these items and actually have a lot of keys in my backpack and I don't know what to do with them, I'm gonna get a golden frying pan and keep it, because I'm, again, a collector. I'm just gonna keep it, I have no reason to sell it, and then I'm gonna apply this to it. Then we've got a bug killstreak kit here, and a bug actually this is the professional killstreak kit, and then a bug specialized killstreak kit. These can be applied to any item, like if we take a look here, literally any item. It's like, oh, I have some keys, yeah, I can apply it to keys. Pretty damn nice items, gotta say that. Then we've got, I basically had so many of these unboxed that I just put them on a page for themselves, and then these are also stuff that I've unboxed. But it's like, you know, bonus items that I unbox. It's funny because you can actually use these for gift wrap if you, you know, you use it and then you instantly unwrap it yourself. Then it kind of gets signed by you. But of course, if you want to give the gift where it's like wrapped in all neatly, you need these. So that's something to keep in mind. Page 40, we have some items that I've got donated when I've been streaming. I am planning to stream again soon, but right now I still need to send my computer to repair again to hopefully finally get it fixed. And then I'm comfortable in streaming again, I think. And we have these from Halloween, where I'm actually saving these up for next year, where ideally I would be collecting all the contracts, like rush through them as quickly as possible, and then just do a massive unboxing of these, where it's like, you know what, no. Everybody else do like, what, 22 of these? Nah, we do it real here. We do like around 50, almost 50. Or next year, with new maps, it might be 50. We've got some random cosmetics here, you know, from, I guess, contracts or whatnot. Probably gonna be finding some more from these. And I think these are some that I don't know, just have them. I think I have these here for, what is it, like you refabricate them, like you send them in with, what is it, the gargoyle, transmute them. Then we've got some random crates here. My Gunslinger collection. I only have one vintage Gunslinger right now. I used to have some, but I gave actually a big chunk of my Gunslinger collection away because I could. And then these, because I was stupid, I didn't think you could earn them back in, I think it was 2012 when 2012 maybe, I don't know, 2013 or whatever, my first Halloween that I experienced. Bought these off the store because I didn't know you could earn them by going to Viaduct or whatnot, because you could back then. And they're just here to, remind me not to actually spend money in the in-game store, I guess. And we have actually all my achievement weapons and whatnot. Also my second banana there, my hot hand, my thermal thruster, my gas passer, my dragon's fury, and then literally all the achievement weapons. And then some other things. Also the stocking for 2018, and then a normal stocking. I opened the 2017 one to get this war paint, but this year, since it's the same as the 2017 one, I figured I'd not open it. And then this is actually a spooky key. You can only see this on backpack.tf, but it shows up as like a, spooky Halloween crate key, so pretty happy with that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you again next time.